Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day. I'm Joe, and on this one I wanted to quickly show you some of the experiments I've been performing on the BigFoot Bushcraft fire plugs, an amazing fire starter. So stick around, I think you might like this one. Now before we get going, I just wanted to demonstrate again the waterproofing capabilities of these fire plugs, and it doesn't matter if they get wet, you will still be able to rely on them. So we're gonna just let those soak and set these off over here. And another cool thing I wanted to show you guys was if you grab a fire plug and you break that in half, spin it around and expose those fibers. Let's say all you had was a lighter and you did not have a ferro rod that they offer and or one of your own, but your lighter ran out of fluid. Well, this particular lighter, you can remove the sparker, and you can actually use the sparker from a lighter to light up your BigFoot Bushcraft fire plugs. I thought that was really cool. Ferro rods, especially the ones that BigFoot Bushcraft offers, they get up to around 1500 to 2000 degrees, but knowing that you can use the little heat that comes off of a lighter striker will be just enough to be able to light your BigFoot Bushcraft fire plugs. Just set this off to the side. Now I went ahead and went a step further, and I wanted to test out exactly how well these fire starters work. And I've been thoroughly impressed by the durability and how well they perform. But I went ahead and cut a couple up and froze them. I wanted to break it up and see if I cannot get these to light. I made sure they were in there for 3 days just to make sure all the way through it was frozen. What I want to do is I'm going to try to leave one inside of the ice just in case this works really well. I want to try to get one ignited while it's stuck in the ice. So I'm going to try to chip away some of this ice and see if we can't get one of these guys out of here for starters. And again, I've left these out, I left these in the freezer for 3 days just to make sure that it was solid. Because a lot of these fire starters and whatever they use in them, I wanted to make sure that got as cold as possible to see if I can bring it back to life. And this is just embedded with ice, and I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can extinguish this one here. All right, we got one out, and I'm just gonna go ahead and break it up right in half. And again, this will be the first time trying this test. I have not at all tried this out of the freezer, so you guys will be witnessing what happens at the same time I am. Oh wow, look at that, guys. It just went up, but went out. Try that again. And my hands are really wet, but I'm gonna go ahead and stop with this, and I'm gonna try to move over to using a ferro rod. Now these two failed completely. I'm gonna go ahead and bust another one out, and we're gonna keep the other one outside to dry up. Now I'm thinking because I froze this for 3 days, the chemicals and what they use inside these fire starters, sometimes when you freeze those, you change the way they can perform, and sometimes they become completely useless, and you neutralize the ingredients inside the fire starter itself by bringing it up to such a temperature. So you're gonna have to wait until that fire plug dries out, which I will be testing in order for it to be efficient. From a frozen standpoint, you won't get these going, but we're gonna try one more time. And we're just gonna use this right here, cut it in half just to try to expose the inner fibers as much as I possibly can. But in no way do I think it is a negative for these fire starters. These are some of the best fire starters I've tried. So now, although this test failed, in no way, shape, or form do I not like these fire starters. And I don't think in any way, shape, or form, reality, are you gonna freeze your fire starters for 3 days and still be alive to rely on them. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this one thaw out and get this fire starter to dry out, so to see if we can get it lit from it being frozen and then back to a thawed state. I think that'll be a cool test to try out. Now this whole time we've been doing this test, I've had these fire starters over here soaking. So we're just gonna go ahead and yank these guys out and just kind of wring them off a little bit. Go ahead and just cut it down the middle to expose those inner fibers the best as we can. We're going to go ahead and use their ferro rod. And there she goes. I have been thoroughly impressed with these fire starters, and I will continue to do tests, and eventually I will get these out into a real life situation where I'm out camping and showing you guys how well these are able to start a fire. We've got one more right here that I'm just going to go ahead and snap in half. Now if you guys are interested in these fire plugs, I would highly recommend you check them out. They have a 7 to 10 minute burn time. They are all natural. They smell absolutely delicious, very, very sweet smelling. They're not messy at all, and they're completely waterproof. Now, if you wanted to freeze them for 3 days and then try to rely on them, as you've seen, that's not gonna work. But as you can tell, that was submerged throughout this whole frozen test and had no problem starting, just like that. Again, I would highly recommend BigFoot Bushcraft fire plugs, and I actually have a discount code in the video description box below. If you enter JB Outdoors before you check out, you will save yourself 15%. So that's a real quick look at a couple tests I wanted to perform on these fire plugs. I think they're absolutely amazing. They're affordable, they're fun to use, they smell delicious, they're not messy, they last long, and really, really good fire starters. And if you check the video description box below, I will leave a link to BigFoot Bushcraft fire plugs and also a discount code. If you use JB Outdoors upon checkout, it will save you 15% on your order. And again, I would highly suggest you at least give it a test. They are amazing. I hope this video has helped somebody. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right, bye.